Think you've seen it all? Think again. These films from 2025 are already breaking expectations, genres, and viewers' minds. Watch until the end, because you'll never guess who takes first place.
This is a story about a future where death is no longer the end. People have learned to prolong life, reprogram consciousness, and change bodies. But with this, the main question has disappeared. What does it mean to be alive? The main character is a man who has lived too many lives and begins to understand that immortality is not a gift, but a trap. He loses his loved ones again and again, but cannot die himself. And the longer he lives, the more frightening it becomes. Not the end, but the emptiness. This is not just science fiction, but a film about loneliness in a time when everything around you is changing and you remain the same.
When eternity's on the line, seems like nothing.
This is not a standard drama or a school story about Shakespeare. It is a film about loss through the eyes of a family. A child dies, and the world around them seems to go on as if nothing has happened. But inside the house, everything falls apart. The mother cannot speak, the father retreats into his work, and a wall of silence grows between them. We see how pain turns into creativity, how personal tragedy becomes the basis for a future great work. This is a quiet, heavy film about how people experience grief in different ways, and how sometimes art is born not from inspiration, but from emptiness inside.
Indifferent on it again.
Do you not wonder?
I want to be here anymore.
At first glance, this is a lighthearted story about a man who lives the same routine every day. Work, commute, home, television. But one day, he notices small oddities. Phrases repeat themselves. People speak identically. It's as if the world is stuck in a loop. And the more he digs, the scarier the truth becomes. Jay begins to realize that his reality may not be what it seems. It's a mixture of drama, thriller, and absurdity, where ordinary life slowly turns into a disturbing experiment that is not so easy to escape.
That's the problem. I'm not allowed to be mad at you.
This film begins as a story about childhood fears, about an imaginary monster under the bed. But it quickly becomes clear that this is not a children's fairy tale. The main character grows up, but her fear remains with her. She begins to notice signs of something that cannot be explained by logic, and the harder she tries to get rid of it, the more she realizes that the monster is not connected to her home, but to her past. This is a psychological horror film about traumas that hide within us for years, quietly, dustily, until the first sudden movement. The second part goes even deeper than the first. It's no longer just a story about a night guard and strange animatronics. Here, the source of the nightmare itself is revealed. We learn how it all began, who started this hell, and why these creatures can't stop. The tension is not built on screamers, it creeps up slowly through sounds, darkness, and the feeling that you are being watched. And the scariest thing is that you don't understand when the game started again. This film makes fear more conscious, and because of this, even more difficult to bear.
Considering what we've been through, she misses her friends.
This is the story of a man who desperately wanted to become someone greater than he was. Marty is talented but unrecognized. He believes that the world simply hasn't had time to notice him, and when he gets his chance, he goes all in. He cheats, betrays, takes risks. With each step, he becomes more successful, more influential, more dangerous. But at the same time, he loses all his humanity. The film does not provide simple answers.
You seem to understand the protagonist, but with each decision he makes, it becomes more and more difficult to justify his actions. If you thought the first Troll was just a movie about a big monster, the second part shatters that impression. Everything is bigger here. There is more destruction, more people, and more victims. But most importantly, a question arises. What if the Troll is not just a monster, but part of nature itself, which humans have been destroying for years? The line between good and evil becomes blurred. And at some point, you begin to wonder, is the most dangerous monster here really the one that is the size of a mountain? It's another mystery where everyone smiles, but everyone has a motive. A man dies, and everything seems clear. But the further the investigation goes, the more secrets, lies, and double dealing are revealed. There are no simple suspects here. Everyone is hiding something. Everyone lies in their own way. And the most interesting thing is that the truth turns out to be something you were not ready for. This is one of those rare cases where the ending not only surprises you, but makes you rethink the entire film in your head.
What is truth? We don't know that. We don't. What exists? Does any of this exist?
This isn't a remake for nostalgia's sake. It's a hard reboot. A group of people find themselves in the jungle, not for research, but for money. They know it's dangerous there. They know something huge lives there. But they go anyway, because everyone thinks they're the one who will survive. There are no safe heroes here. No one is protected. The tension is maintained by a constant feeling of being hunted. You don't watch people looking for a snake. You watch the snake choosing who to take out next.
Maybe it'll be okay.
And we no longer have a snake for our snake movie.
Strength of the ancestors is here.
This is no longer just a conflict between humans and the Na'vi. It is a war within the world itself. New tribes, new perspectives, and new ways of surviving are emerging. Fire and ashes are not just about the elements, but about choice. Who are you when your home is burning? Who are you when your people are under threat? The film focuses not only on scale, but also on the personal decisions of the characters for which they will have to pay. There is more darkness, more doubt, and fewer easy victories here. This is no longer a fairy tale about another world. It is a struggle for the world to remain at all.
No, spider.
If you watched until the end, then you're definitely a movie buff. These films are just coming out, but they're already changing the rules of the game. The question now is not what to watch, but what you're ready for. Write in the comments which movie you're most looking forward to. The first one will secure its tickets to the future. Like if at least one of them is already on your list. Subscribe because it's going to get even tougher, louder, and more interesting. See you in the next video.